Have you ever finished breakfast, only to feel more tired afterward? You sit at the table, finish your toast, your cereal, your cup of coffee, and yet, by mid-morning, you feel foggy, sluggish, like your energy somehow slipped away instead of showing up for the day. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Across the country, millions of older adults begin their day with foods that seem harmless, even healthy. But these same choices may quietly be stealing energy, slowing digestion, and triggering blood sugar swings that affect your mood, memory, and mobility. It's not your fault. Most of us grew up believing breakfast was simple: a bowl of cereal, a slice of toast, maybe some fruit. And for years that worked. But after 60, the body changes. What energized you in your 30s might now make you feel heavy, stiff, or mentally cloudy. Because here's the truth. What seniors eat in the first hour of the day can shape the next 12. And in today's video, we'll uncover 4 of the most common breakfast mistakes older adults make and how to gently replace them with foods that support steady energy, clearer thinking, and a lighter, more comfortable body. We're not talking about trendy diets or cutting out everything you love, just a smarter, more senior-friendly way to begin the day. Let's walk through it, one bite at a time. Mistake number 1, starting with just coffee and toast, a familiar ritual that's quietly draining you. It's one of the most common morning scenes in America, especially for older adults. The house is quiet. You shuffle into the kitchen, flip on the coffee pot, and reach for the bread. A slice into the toaster. A bit of butter, maybe some jam. Sip your coffee. And just like that, breakfast is done. It feels warm, simple, comforting. But by mid-morning, your hands are a little unsteady. Your thoughts are scattered. You're tired, again. And lunch still feels so far away. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. This breakfast routine, coffee and toast, seems innocent. But for aging bodies, it may be one of the fastest ways to trigger an energy crash before the day even begins. Here's what's really happening. Toast, even the whole wheat kind, is mostly refined carbohydrate. Once you chew and swallow it, your body breaks it down into sugar, fast. That causes a spike in blood glucose. And what spikes must fall. Add coffee into the mix, a stimulant that gives you a temporary buzz, and now your system is riding a roller coaster. You feel a brief sense of alertness. Then a drop. Fatigue, hunger, irritability, maybe even a touch of anxiety or shakiness. You might find yourself snacking sooner than planned, often on something sugary again, just to get back up. It's not aging that makes mornings hard. It's the fuel you're giving your body to start the engine. Let's talk about Martha. Martha is 68 years old, a retired nurse. For decades, she cared for others, patients, coworkers, her family. But in retirement, she began noticing something strange. Every morning, she felt exhausted by 10 a.m. She'd wake up feeling okay, have her toast and coffee, and even go for a short walk. But as the morning wore on, she felt like she'd hit a wall. Her mind slowed down. Her mood dipped. She often needed a nap, even when she'd slept well. For a long time, she blamed her age. Maybe this is just how it is after 65, she told herself. But during a routine checkup, a nutritionist asked her a simple question. What do you eat in the morning? When Martha shared her toast and coffee ritual, the nutritionist smiled kindly. Your body's asking for more, she said. They made one tiny change. Instead of plain toast, Martha began eating half an avocado with a soft boiled egg. Still warm, still easy, still comforting. She still had her coffee, but now with a glass of water first, and after she'd eaten. The result? Martha couldn't believe it. Within 2 weeks, she no longer needed a nap before lunch. Her thoughts felt clearer, her stomach calmer, and most surprisingly, her sugar cravings gone, because now her breakfast wasn't just a habit, it was real nourishment. That small shift, protein and healthy fats instead of fast carbs, created a foundation of stability for her body and brain. So if you've been starting your day with coffee and toast, thinking it's enough, take a moment to listen to your body. Do you crash mid-morning? Feel off before noon? It's not your age, it's just the wrong fuel. Try this instead. Half an avocado and a poached egg on rye toast, a scrambled egg with sautéed spinach and a bit of olive oil, a slice of turkey or smoked salmon on whole grain bread with cucumber slices, or even a small handful of nuts with a boiled egg and a few berries. These are not diets, they're gentle upgrades to the way you begin the day. Your body is wise. It's not asking for less, it's asking for better. So give it that, and watch your mornings transform. Mistake number 2. The healthy cereal trap. When the box looks good, but your body says otherwise. You've seen the boxes in every grocery store aisle. Big, bold words like whole grain, heart healthy, fortified with iron and B vitamins. It feels like the right choice, the safe choice, especially for breakfast, a meal you just want to keep simple and smart. So, like many seniors, you grab the box, pour a bowl, splash on some milk, and sit down with your spoon. You tell yourself, this is good for me. But an hour later, you're yawning, your mind feels foggy, and your stomach already wants something more. Here's the problem most people never explain. Many breakfast cereals marketed as healthy are actually loaded with fast-burning carbohydrates and hidden sugars. Even brand cereals, or ones that claim to be whole grain, can spike your blood sugar just like a candy bar, especially when paired with low-protein milk and eaten alone. That quick rise in blood sugar feels good for a moment, but your body, especially as it ages, doesn't handle those spikes like it used to. What goes up comes crashing down. You're left tired, sluggish, sometimes even moody or dizzy, and worse, your hunger returns quickly, pushing you toward more snacks you didn't plan for. And let's not forget fiber, or the lack of it. Despite what the packaging says, many cereals offer only 2 or 3 grams of fiber per serving, not nearly enough to support digestive health, regulate cholesterol, or help you feel truly full. What's missing? Protein, healthy fats, real fiber, and real nourishment. Let's meet Henry. Henry is 74, a retired park ranger from Minnesota. Big heart, big laugh. But lately, he'd been feeling off. Every day started the same: a bowl of Raisin Bran, a splash of 2% milk, and a cup of coffee. Then, by 11 a.m., he was either half asleep in his chair or cranky without knowing why. His doctor suggested blood work. Everything came back mostly fine, but when the nurse asked about breakfast, Henry casually said, "Just cereal, Raisin Bran, healthy stuff." That small comment sparked a conversation. His doctor explained how even cereals with raisins, naturally sweet, still carry added sugars, and how the quick carbs were likely the culprit behind his bloating, his mid-morning crashes, and his unpredictable appetite. Reluctantly, Henry agreed to try something new. He swapped his cereal for a warm bowl of steel-cut oats, topped with a few chopped walnuts, a sprinkle of cinnamon, and a touch of unsweetened almond milk. No sugar, no box, just real food. The result? Within a week, his bloating eased. His naps disappeared. He called it his wood stove breakfast, warm, slow-burning, and steady. He even added chia seeds after learning they help with cholesterol. "I never thought I'd miss my Raisin Bran," he said, "but this feels better, like I'm running on clean fuel." Because that's exactly what's happening. When you feed your body complex carbohydrates, like oats, healthy fats, like walnuts, and natural fiber, you're giving it the tools to stay focused, full, and balanced, without the roller coaster ride. Try this tomorrow. Steel-cut or old-fashioned oats, not instant. A handful of chopped nuts, walnuts, almonds, pecans. A sprinkle of cinnamon, great for blood sugar. Optional, sliced banana, unsweetened yogurt, or flax seeds. And if you miss the crunch of cereal, try a small portion of low-sugar granola over plain yogurt, or make your own mix with nuts, seeds, and unsweetened coconut flakes. Remember, breakfast doesn't need to come from a box to be healthy. It just needs to come from the heart and from whole ingredients that love you back. Mistake number 3, skipping breakfast entirely, and why it's costing you more than you think. For many older adults, mornings feel quiet, slow, even a little empty. The house is still. There's no rush to get out the door. And so, breakfast? It just doesn't feel necessary. You might think, I'm not really hungry anyway, or I'll eat later when I feel like it. Some even skip breakfast in hopes of managing their weight or avoiding digestive discomfort. It seems harmless enough. After all, isn't eating less supposed to be better? But here's the truth most people never hear. For aging bodies, skipping breakfast may actually do more harm than good. You see, after a full night's rest, your body wakes up needing fuel, not just calories, but nutrients to jumpstart your metabolism, regulate your hormones, and support your brain. When you skip that first meal, it sends your system into a kind of low-power mode. Your blood sugar stays low, your energy dips, your brain fogs over, and your stress hormone, cortisol, quietly climbs. That's why by 11 a.m. or noon, you might suddenly feel tired, anxious, or even a little irritable. You might find yourself craving sugar or reaching for a quick snack, not because you're weak, but because your body is starving for balance. Skipping breakfast also puts extra strain on your muscles, especially dangerous after 60, when muscle mass naturally declines. Without morning protein, your body has less to work with. That affects your strength, balance, and even how easily you get through your daily routine. And if you're taking medications in the morning, taking them on an empty stomach may reduce their effectiveness, or worse, lead to nausea, dizziness, or digestive upset later on. So what's the solution? It's not a heavy, complicated breakfast. It's gentle nourishment, a kind of soft landing into your day, something light, soothing, but meaningful. Try this: half a banana with a spoonful of almond butter, a slice of whole grain toast with mashed avocado, a few spoonfuls of Greek yogurt topped with blueberries, or even just a warm drink with a splash of protein, like bone broth or a smoothie with oats and milk. Start small. See how you feel. Many seniors who begin their day this way report clearer thinking, steadier energy, and fewer cravings throughout the day. Some even notice improved digestion and fewer mood swings. Take, for example, Elaine, a 73-year-old widow from Asheville, North Carolina. For years, she skipped breakfast, thinking she was doing her body a favor. But she was constantly tired by lunch, snapping at small things, and reaching for cookies by mid-afternoon. One day, her daughter suggested just adding half a boiled egg and a cup of warm tea with milk in the morning. That tiny shift changed everything. Elaine's mornings felt calmer, her appetite balanced out. Her energy, surprisingly, returned. The key isn't volume, it's intention. So if you've been skipping breakfast, not out of neglect but habit, consider this your invitation to reconnect with the first meal of the day. Not as a task, but as an act of care. You deserve mornings that nourish you, not just to survive the day, but to greet it with strength, presence, and peace. There's something comforting about a glass of juice in the morning. Maybe it's tradition. Maybe it feels light, refreshing, and healthy. After all, it's fruit, right? You might pour a bright glass of orange juice, or blend up a fruit smoothie, maybe with banana, berries, even some spinach, and tell yourself, this is a great start to the day. But what if that very drink, the one that seems so good for you, is the reason you feel tired, foggy, or moody by mid-morning? Because here's the quiet truth many seniors never hear. Most fruit juices and smoothies are sugar bombs in disguise. A typical glass of orange juice, even the 100% pure kind, contains around 22 grams of sugar and 0 fiber. That's more sugar than some candy bars. Why? Because juicing removes the pulp, the fiber, leaving only the liquid sugar behind. That sugar enters your bloodstream quickly, causing a blood sugar spike, then a crash. The same goes for many smoothies, especially those made with mostly fruit and little else. When you blend a banana, some berries, maybe a splash of sweetened yogurt and juice, what you end up with is a sugar-rich beverage that digests faster than your body can use it. And for seniors, that crash is even more noticeable. You might feel tired even though you just woke up, irritable or lightheaded by 10 a.m., hungry again sooner than expected, confused why you're craving carbs before lunch. Now, this doesn't mean fruit is bad or that smoothies are off limits. It just means the balance is off. Because without fiber, protein, and healthy fat, these drinks act more like a treat than a meal. And when you start your day this way, your body plays catch-up for hours. Let's meet Dolores. Dolores is 77, living with mild type 2 diabetes. Every morning, she'd make a smoothie: banana, strawberries, orange juice, and a bit of yogurt. She believed she was doing the right thing. But her energy would tank by 11 a.m. Her blood sugar readings were all over the place, and her doctor kept adjusting her medications, but nothing helped. One day, her granddaughter asked, "Grandma, what's in your smoothie?" They read the label on the juice, then looked up the sugar in bananas and berries. Dolores was stunned. It added up to nearly 40 grams of sugar before she'd eaten a bite of food. With the help of a dietitian, Dolores made a few gentle changes, swapped orange juice for unsweetened almond milk, added a spoonful of peanut butter, tossed in a handful of spinach, and included a scoop of protein powder. She still used a small piece of banana, but now the drink had balance. Within 2 weeks, Dolores noticed the difference. Her energy steadied. Her cravings dropped, and for the first time in years, her blood sugar stayed within her goal range through lunch. "I thought I was being healthy," she said. "I just didn't know the sugar was hiding in something so innocent." So if you start your day with juice or a smoothie, here's how to make it work for you, not against you. Smart smoothie formula for seniors: 1 cup unsweetened almond milk or oat milk, a handful of leafy greens, spinach, kale, half a banana or a 1/4 cup berries, 1 tablespoon nut butter or a 1/4 avocado, 1 scoop of protein powder or Greek yogurt. Blend and sip slowly. It's creamy, satisfying, and gives your body the steady fuel it needs to think clearly, move confidently, and stay energized. Or skip the blender entirely. Eat a whole piece of fruit, like an apple or pear. Pair it with a small handful of almonds or walnuts. Add a boiled egg or a slice of cheese for protein. Remember, it's not about cutting things out. It's about creating meals that carry you through the day. Your first meal sets the tone. Make it one your body thanks you for. The moment of recognition, when you realize it's not age, it's the plate. It often begins as a quiet frustration. You wake up, stretch, make your way to the kitchen, and by mid-morning, you're already tired. Not exhausted, not sick, just low. A little foggy, a little stiff, a little off, and so, like many seniors, you whisper to yourself, "I guess this is just part of getting older." But what if it's not? What if the real reason you feel drained isn't your age, but the way your body's being fueled? For many older adults, this moment hits like a wave of relief and regret all at once. Relief, because now you see it clearly. Regret, because you wish someone had told you sooner. This isn't about guilt, it's about power, because food, especially in the morning, is not just calories, it's instructions. With every bite, you tell your body what to do: speed up or slow down, heal or inflame, stay steady or spike and crash. When you start your day with the wrong mix, sugar, starch, no balance, your body reacts exactly as it's told. You feel tired, hungry again, unmotivated. Not because you're weak, but because you're underfed nutritionally. But here's the beautiful part. Your body is still listening. Even now, even at 65, 70, 80 years old, it responds. Give it something better, a real breakfast, rich in calm energy, and it lights up. Your brain clears, your hands feel steadier, your breath comes easier. That change, it doesn't take a year. It can happen in days. You don't need to overhaul your life. Just one moment, one swap. Skip the juice, eat the fruit, add an egg, lose the sugar, sprinkle in some nuts, hold the toast. Start there. That's where transformation begins. Not in a clinic, not in a gym, but at your breakfast table. You're not just getting old. You're ready to be properly fueled. Gentle solutions, building a breakfast that works with you, not against you. If you've been waking up to tiredness, cravings, or that foggy feeling that makes the day drag, you don't need a drastic diet. You just need a better beginning. Think of breakfast not as a rule, but as a ritual, something small and nourishing that sets the rhythm for your body, your mood, and your mind. You can build a senior-friendly breakfast that feels good, tastes good, and actually works with your body, not against it. Here's a simple way to remember it. Start with protein, your spark. Protein is what wakes up your muscles, your brain, and your metabolism. It doesn't need to be fancy. 1 boiled or scrambled egg, a scoop of protein powder in a smoothie, a spoonful of peanut butter on apple slices, a few tablespoons of Greek yogurt with a dash of cinnamon. Even a little goes a long way in steadying your energy for hours. 2. Add healthy fats, your slow-burning logs. Healthy fats keep you full, stabilize your blood sugar, and support your brain and joints. Try 1/4 of an avocado mashed on toast, a drizzle of olive oil over eggs or veggies, a sprinkle of flax seeds in your oatmeal, a handful of almonds or walnuts on the side. Fats don't make you fat, they make your energy last. Choose slow carbs, you're kindling. Carbohydrates give energy, but you want the ones that burn gently, not like paper tossed on a fire. Steel-cut or rolled oats, a small sweet potato, fresh berries or an apple with the peel, a slice of whole grain rye or sourdough toast. These carbs carry nutrients and fiber, not just sugar. Avoid quick sugars, the smoke without the flame. Juices, sugary cereals, white toast, or sweetened yogurts might look like fuel, but they burn too fast and leave you cold. They cause that spike and crash that steals your energy and clouds your focus. Picture breakfast like building a campfire. You need the spark, protein, the logs, fats, and just a little kindling, slow carbs. Get the mix right, and your fire stays strong all day. It's not about restriction. It's about intelligent, loving nourishment, the kind your body still recognizes, still needs, and still rewards you for. You've done hard things in life. Fixing breakfast, That's the easy win you deserve.